everybody. Welcome to Studio 64. My name's David, and I've been searching the interzones for some more science, space, and tech news to share with you. And I found this over at Science Alert, where they're letting us know that a giant predator worm that ruled ancient oceans discovered in Greenland. This should be interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now, before life on our planet exploded in diversity, Earth was once a worm world, dominated by wriggling tube-shaped creatures. Yes. One of the earliest rulers of this ancient animal kingdom, a giant carnivorous worm, has now been found in fossil form. More than 518 million years ago, the roughly 30 centimetre long critter would have been one of the largest existing swimming animals. Its relatively gigantic jaws, long antennae, and rippling fins would have made it a formidable enemy. Now, an international team of scientists led by experts at the Korea Polar Research Institute, or the KPRI, have officially named the novel species Timore copri. Interesting. The first part of which means terror beasts in Latin. Excellent. Great name. I think I should name my next dog Timor Bestia. Yes, terror beast. Probably a chihuahua or something. Timor Bestia were giants of their day and would have been close to the top of the food chain, says earth scientist Jacob Winter from the University of Bristol. That makes it equivalent importance to some of the top carnivores in modern oceans, such as sharks and seals back in the Cambrian period. Let's have a little bit of a look here. It's an artist's reconstruction of our little Timor Bestia. Let's have a little look. Wow. Yes, I can just imagine only 30 centimetres, about a foot long. That's not long, but it's all proportional, isn't it? So everything else was a lot tinier than 30 centimetres. It would appear to be gigantic. That's fascinating. I think it was carnivorous too. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Love this stuff. Let's say, not a scientist myself, but anything marine biology, to do with marine biology or marine archaeology or, exobiology or aerospace industry or anything like that. I just love all sorts of science and everything like that. I just absolutely love it. I think it's so cool. All right, so the discovery of this species is based on 13 fossils found in Greenland. In the digestive system of some fossils, researchers found evidence of food, specifically bivalved arthropods called isosics. Isosics? Again, not a scientist. Anyone knows how to pronounce it, let me know down in the comments. Thank you. Today, the living creatures, relatives, of Timor Bestia are known as arrow worms, and they are tiny compared to many other animals swimming in the ocean. Nevertheless, these worms are still important predators in the modern food web, picking on foundational prey like zooplankton. Okay. Very interesting, much like your large whales and all that, like your whale shark and things like that. The fossils of arrowworm ancestors can be traced back as far as 538 million years. That's several million years older than known fossils of ancient arthropods, like insects, spiders, or crustaceans. Both arrowworms and the more primitive Timor Bestia were swimming predators, explained Winter. Now, we can therefore summarise that in all likelihood, they were the predators that dominated the oceans before arthropods took off. Perhaps they had a dynasty of about 10 to 15 million years before they got superseded by other and more successful groups. Yeah, it's interesting, like to think, different planets, if life evolved on different planets and, how it would evolve, differently to Earth would be really interesting. Maybe one of these insects was these worms could be the dominant life form on the planet, many millions of years, or reptiles or birds. You might have intelligent bird creatures. It's quite fascinating. I love all this stuff. Yes, very, very interesting indeed. Now, these weren't the only predators of the time to get knocked off their ecological thrones. The rapid evolutionary diversification of life during the Cambrian explosion reshuffled the food web dramatically. Some scientists suspect that the days of worm world set the stage for this critical turning point. Now, in a 2016 article, for instance, experts argued that the evolutionary breakthroughs achieved by ancient aquatic forms, including novel strategies, behaviours and physiologies, increased the diversity of ocean ecosystems and ultimately signaled the curtain call of the Precambrian. Now, Timori Bistia, for example, may have been an important evolutionary step in the development of internal jaws among predators. Ancient arrow worms, while closely related to the Timori Bistia, caught their prey not with their mouths but with their external bristles. Now, over a series of expeditions to the very remote Sirius Passet, or Passé, in the furthest reaches of North Greenland, we have collected a great diversity of exciting new organisms, says the field expedition leader, Tae Yoon Park, from the Korean Polar Research Institute. Yes, we have many more exciting findings to share in the coming years that will help show the earliest animal ecosystems, what they looked like and how they evolved. The study was published in Science Advances. Absolutely love this sort of stuff, because the more that we learn about our little ancient friends, the more that we learn about not only where we came from, where other animals came from in the modern era, but also, as I say, how life could evolve differently on other worlds, which where, as said, so particularly some of the moons of Saturn and Jupiter will be very interesting to see. Can you imagine if we discovered something similar to this little beastie here, swimming in the oceans of, Enceladus or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, anybody who's out there is an exobiologist or an astronomer or something like that, or let us know down in the comments, because love to hear your thoughts on this, and the knowledge that we gain from this, how we can apply it to the field of exobiology. Absolutely fascinating stuff. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video, because I'd love to hear what you think. Come back here, you little beastie. I quite like that picture. That was a really good one. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
my brain hurts!